Hey Soap Fam, welcome back to our channel for another deep dive into Salem's wildest drama. I am sitting here typing because I just finished watching the June 15th episode and my hands are literally shaking. I need to get this out of my system before I explode. Like, what are the writers even thinking with some of these characters right now? I've been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I have seen some absolutely wild stuff go down in Salem. I mean, we've had mind control chips, people coming back from the dead, and possessed psychiatrists, but the absolute audacity of certain people on our screens right now is off the charts. I am not neutral about this at all. I love some of these characters with my whole heart, and I am so deeply frustrated with others that I want to scream into a pillow. I need to vent, and I know you guys are the only ones who will truly understand this level of emotional investment. Am I the only one who wanted to throw my remote at the TV during that Paulina scene? Because I am still seeing red. I can't believe they did that. I mean, I really truly cannot believe that Paulina Price is actually suggesting what she's suggesting. Let's just set the scene for a second. Chanel is sitting there, absolutely terrified, crying her eyes out because she has just been diagnosed with malignant breast cancer while she is pregnant. It is a completely devastating, heartbreaking situation. She is worried sick about what radiation treatments will do to her unborn baby, and she's exhausted just thinking about how she is going to have the energy to take care of little Trey while undergoing chemotherapy. It is a nightmare. And what does Paulina do? Does she offer normal, rational, comforting, motherly support? Does she hold her daughter's hand and tell her they will get through the medical treatments together? Nope. She decides to bulldoze her way into the situation and bully Chanel and Johnny into the most insane idea I have ever heard. Yes, you heard me right. She wants them to use the Versavix, the exact same sketchy, back alley DiMera science juice that Dr. Wilhelm Rolf cooked up to bring Lexi Carver back from the dead. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. Paulina's logic here is literally, radiation is bad for the baby, so let's just inject my pregnant daughter with a mysterious, untested resurrection serum that a mad scientist made in a basement. I'm sorry, but what in the world? Have we completely lost the plot here? Because we all know that drug is failing. We, the viewers, literally just found out that Dr. Rolf's resurrected lab rat died again, and Lexi is having horrific physical symptoms indicating that her cure is only temporary. Paulina is literally suggesting they pump Chanel full of a drug that is currently killing Lexi! And poor Johnny, he is just standing there, completely helpless, while his overbearing mother-in-law tries to force his pregnant wife to become a DiMera guinea pig. Johnny has already been through so much, and now he has to fight off Paulina's insane demands while trying to support a wife who is refusing standard medical treatment. Remember when they tried this kind of experimental medical plot with Will Horton's memory serum? Or when they messed around with Sarah's mind? Yeah, didn't work then either. It always ends in absolute disaster. I know some people are loving this Mama Bear Paulina energy, but personally, I think she is crossing a massive, unforgivable line. She is bullying Chanel and Johnny into a corner, using her sheer force of will to override their medical decisions. If Chanel actually takes this drug, I am going to scream. I am dreading this storyline so much because it is just asking for a tragic outcome. But let's pivot to something else that is making me roll my eyes so hard they might get permanently stuck in the back of my head. EJ DiMera. I cannot deal with him right now. Kat Green literally tries to blow him off by saying she wants to stay home and watch a baseball game. A normal guy, a guy who understands social cues, would take the hint and back off. But EJ? Oh no. He turns it into this grand, sweeping invitation to watch the game at the DiMera mansion. Because of course his home theater system is a million times better than whatever Kat has at her place. He just cannot take no for an answer, and he has to turn every single mundane interaction into a flex of his wealth and power. And we all knew it wasn't just about baseball. EJ makes a romantic move on her, and it is just so transparent. I mean, I've been an EJ fan for years. I really have. I loved him with Sami, and I loved his ruthless corporate edge. But right now, he is completely blinded by his attraction to Kat. He thinks he's this master manipulator, the undisputed king of the chessboard who is pulling all the strings. But Kat is literally an undercover ISA agent playing him like a cheap fiddle. She is working with Ray Fernandez to steal the Versavix formula for the government, and EJ is just handing her the keys to his life. Sometimes I contradict myself because I want EJ to find love again and be happy. But then I remember how toxic and arrogant he can be, and I'm like, nah, let him get played. It's kind of hilarious watching him act like a lovesick puppy, pouring drinks and trying to be suave, while Kat is secretly investigating his illegal basement lab and plotting his downfall. Okay, wait, can we talk about Belle and Chad for a second? Am I the only one who is suddenly shipping this? I know, it sounds weird on paper. But they just took little Thomas and Charlotte to a baseball game, and it was honestly the cutest, most wholesome thing I've seen on the show in months. Chad desperately needs some stability and normalcy after the absolute psychological nightmare he went through with Kat pretending to be Abigail. That trauma really messed him up, and seeing him just be a happy dad at a baseball game was so refreshing. And Belle? Well, Sean is officially moving on and heating things up with Jada Hunter, so Belle desperately needs a fresh start away from that toxic cycle. But here is the absolute best part about Belle and Chad hanging out. After their cute little family baseball date, they are now teaming up to investigate the mystery John left behind. Yes, the missing pawn piece from Stefano's infamous chess set. This is the days of our lives I grew up loving. The deep, legacy-driven mysteries that tie back to the ADS and the core history of these iconic families. I am so here for this. Having Belle, the daughter of John and Marlena, and Chad, the son of Stefano, dig into Stefano and John's twisted, decades-long history. It is brilliant writing. I predict they're going to uncover some massive DiMera secret, and the thrill of the investigation is going to bond them even closer. I am definitely here for this new legacy power couple. Bring on the romance and the mystery. Finally, I need to talk about Marlena and Julie because my heart is just shattered into a million pieces for them. These two absolute legends of Salem are sitting around commiserating and questioning what to do with the rest of their lives now that their soulmates are gone. Julie actually went on a date with Foster, and you can just feel the immense guilt and the heavy nostalgia radiating off her. Doug was the absolute love of her life. No one is ever going to replace him. But seeing her try to move forward, trying to find a little bit of companionship in her twilight years is so sweet and so deeply heartbreaking at the exact same time. It makes you realize how much history these women carry. And then there's Marlena. It has been a year since John died, and she is just lost in her grief. John was her ultimate soulmate, the man she fought the devil himself for. But here comes the twist that has me screaming at my screen. Roman Brady. Roman is currently crying on Marlena's shoulder because Kate just confessed to completely masterminding the bogus lawsuit against Johnny. Roman's marriage to Kate is imploding, again, and he's leaning on Marlena for support. Before John, there was Roman. Are the writers seriously hinting at a Roman and Marlena reunion? I don't know how I feel about that. I'm figuring out my thoughts as I type, but part of me hates it because Yarlina is sacred and untouchable, but another part of me remembers the classic ADS history and thinks it could be a comforting full circle moment. Whatever happens, the emotional weight of this episode was just phenomenal. I need to go lie down and process all of this.